You don't have to wait to the new year to start. You don't have to wait for the perfect time to start. Start right now. Build that momentum now. That is going to help you have confidence and be able to crush and achieve your goals for 2025. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sierra, and here on my channel, we are all about creating a life you love. So that being said, we're gonna hop into today's video. So today we're talking about weight loss tips to start before the new year. These tips are going to help you guys get ahead of your goals. I know starting in the new year can seem so motivational. Everybody's on this powerful wavelength. We're all like, new year, new me. But when you think about it, that energy starts to dwindle down like February, March, and it starts to dwindle down collectively. And I think it really works because we're all like on that same wavelength in the beginning. But honestly, if you start to make small changes right now, it'll make such a difference going into the new year. It'll make it way more sustainable for you and be able to really conquer your goals. Personally, for me, I've been starting my new year ahead of time, probably for the past 2 or 3 years. I actually start at the beginning of Q4, really thinking about what I want my next year to look like, really taking inventory on things that I need to work on, or what do I want my life to look like? How do I need to act? What do I need to embody? What do I need to change? Like starting to really think about the goals. Really giving yourself that time to reflect will help you build the momentum to really start strong. Really starting to reflect on your goals will help you build up that momentum. And like the more and more you work on it, it will help build that confidence. So while everybody else is starting like November 1st, you're already, in the middle of your journey. So at that point, it's like at November 1st, you're probably already going to be down 10 pounds. If you have a goal of maybe like starting a YouTube channel or something like that, you'll already, be at your first 100 subscribers or something. So it's like, start your goals ahead of time. And I do think it's good to have that boost of motivation for the new year, but that can just be like extras on top of the habits that you already established, like going into the new year. So like I said, I start at Q4. So that's like in the beginning. Most people at Q4, they start to wind down. They think about the holidays, think about relaxing. But y'all, that is the best time to start to take advantage of how can I set myself up for success for the new year. So we're not at the beginning of Q4. We're at the end of Q4, but it only takes about 21 days to build a habit. So you guys have 21 days to start and get ahead of the game. You will already have your new habits established by the time the new year starts, which honestly will be a little bit more sustainable for you. You might have a little bit more confidence in the beginning to really go hard and go strong with your goals. So I'm going to hop into my first tip of the day. Okay, so before we get too deep into the video, I want to remind you guys that we are having a giveaway at the end of our Slay with Sierra series. So be sure that you are subscribed and make sure you're commenting on every video within the series. Really start to reflect on what's working and what's not working. Really take inventory of your current habits. Like, what are some things that you need to improve on? And maybe think about like what things are helping you stay healthy during this time. I think it's important that maybe you keep some sort of like journal to help like you visually see, what's going on during this time. Or maybe if you're not like a person who likes to write stuff down, keep some sort of like app that'll help you like track your food or track your water or track your activity. I like to use the Apple Watch for my activity. I use my Fitness Pal sometimes just to kind of like if I need to track calories, but I'm pretty sure there are better options out there now than my Fitness Pal. But I think a game-changing app that you can really use is this water intake app. And I don't know what it's called, but I will link it down in the description below. But I'm a person who kind of struggles with, getting my water intake and really drinking my water. So having an app on your phone that'll help remind you to drink your water, I think is so beneficial, and it'll really help you improve if that's a place that you're struggling with. So tip number 2 is going to be start to make those small nutritional swaps right now. So an example can kind of just be, start to replace those sugary drinks with like water or like tea. I was a person who really liked, the festive holiday drinks, but I don't know. Caffeine hasn't been doing me well lately, so I do opt for tea, which is, I mean, tea can still have sugar, whether you add honey or sugar or something like that, but it's still a better option than adding, the sugars, the creams, the whipped creams. So either do like tea or water. Another thing that I really actually like is I like carbonated water, or I like coconut water. As far as like the carbonated water, it still kind of gives you a pop feel. And honestly, it's also 0 calories. And if you're a person who doesn't like, the hint of flavor kind of water, carbonated waters with only a little bit of flavor, there are carbonated waters with full on flavor that are 0 calories. And sometimes people can say, well, the artificial sugars aren't good for you. But if you're a person who really struggles with drinking pop and drinking juice, having a 0 calorie option is better than overloading yourself on the sugars. And if you have a 0 calorie option for drinks, that is going to help put you in a deficit, so you're not intaking those excess calories for no reason. So another thing that you can kind of do during this time is add an extra vegetable at one meal of the day. Most people, you usually do a protein, a carb, and a veggie, but why not do 2 veggies during that time? That's something that I actually like to do. So say if you're having, some steamed cabbage, you can also throw in a little bit of kale and that cabbage, and there you go. You have 2 servings of vegetables. If you're a person who likes to do broccoli, you can do broccoli and asparagus. If you want to do like, Brussels sprouts, you can do like Brussels sprouts and zucchini and do some onions. Like, vegetables are so good, and there's so many different varieties. And like, if you just pair it with something else, boom, you have 2 vegetable options right there for yourself. You have 2 servings of vegetables. So do that. It's an easy way to sneak in more nutrition. Another tip that I have for you guys that's really helped me is to use smaller plates, and this will help you really manage your portion size. I don't know if it's, the social media age, but I had these huge plates, and I would just kind of like load them up because I was obsessed with like taking pictures of my plates. Even though I thought I was eating healthy, I was still eating like way too much. And it was something about plating my food and taking a picture of it and showing off the delicious, pretty meal that I made. But it honestly was just hindering my progress. So start going back to those saucers. That'll help you have those smaller portions on your plate and really prioritize the veggies and the protein on the plate. You can still have your carbs, but if just load up on a little bit more veggies, load up on a little bit more protein. And honestly, that's going to help you out so much more than trying to do like a smorgasbord approach and throwing everything on your plate. Like, the plate is small, and that's going to help keep your portion sizes down. Okay, so the next thing that I want you guys to focus on is building the next thing that I want you guys to focus on is building a consistent routine, even if it's small. Honestly, routine is going to save you so much in the beginning, because when I tell you guys, it can be so easy to start the new year off with, oh, I'm so motivated, I'm so happy, I'm so excited. But like, motivation is so fickle, and it'll die and it'll dwindle down real quick. But if you have that consistency and that discipline to fall back on, it is going to save you. It is going to save your goals. It is going to save you so much, because when you build up that consistent routine, it's just like, this is what I do. And I know I do this every day at this time. So that'll help you when the motivation is low. And most of the time that motivation starts to get low, like around February, March. So that way you're staying on track and you're staying on top of your goals. That could be something like, when I say start small, that can be something as simple as walking 15 minutes after dinner, walking on your lunch break, stopping to do 10 to 15 minute workouts on YouTube, just making sure you're establishing something small. The more and more you do things, it helps you build up the confidence, because it shows you that you're more than capable of getting these things done. And it helps really just build confidence and self-trust with yourself, because it's like, at this point, I'm keeping this promise to myself, and that will help you get ahead of your goals. Okay, so next I want you guys to focus on mindset and accountability. So start to get like really realistic and set achievable goals. So instead of thinking of like, oh my God, I need to lose 20 pounds. My goal is to lose 20 pounds. Start to think about it like, I'm going to work out 3 times a week. Like, I'm going to drink water every single day. Like, start to do things like that instead of just having this overarching goal, because when you make these small manageable goals, that is going to help you get to the bigger goal at the end of the day. But the more and more you do these smaller actionable steps, you will build that confidence, like I said, within yourself to keep on adding, keep on getting better, keep on making bigger and achievable goals for yourself. But just start small. You don't have to go like crazy in the beginning, because that's what we do most of the time, and that usually will lead to burnout. Another thing to really help you in this season is to have some sort of like accountability partner. That can be tricky because a lot of people may not be on the weight loss train. Luckily for you guys, I am on the weight loss train, so I would love to, be an accountability partner for you guys. I do typically post more about like weight loss or just my meals, or just being a little bit more real and raw, like on Instagram and TikTok. So be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. That'll be a more direct way you can probably communicate with me versus like just down in the comments below. But having a supportive circle around you will really, really help. And sometimes you got to do that on social media if you don't have those things or those people in the flesh. But just surrounding yourself with community who want the same like kind of goals with you is so important. Okay, so the last thing that I want you guys to do is to approach the holidays in a very proactive way. I actually just filmed a card chat on this earlier to not really fall into the weight loss, weight gain trap when it comes to the holiday. And I go a lot more into detail about like losing weight during the holiday on that video. So I'll be sure to link that over here for you guys. But essentially, you want to approach the holidays in a more proactive way. So if you're going to a holiday party, if you know you're going to be surrounded by treats, load up on nourishing foods earlier in the day. Make sure you're still working out during that time. So if you know you're going to a holiday party, make sure you're loading up on your protein, loading up on your veggies. And that way, at the end of the day, one, you're not starving because you're not like skipping meals and not nourishing yourself. So you're going to be able to just simply enjoy yourself, and you're not going to overdo it because you're not going to be starving. So that is a way that I say approach the holidays. Another thing that you can do is to be mindful of how you eat during that time. And I'm not saying be obsessed and crazy over it, but the time for the holiday is to really enjoy family, really enjoy your friends, enjoy the good foods that you don't have, throughout the rest of the year. So really take that time to enjoy those things, but just be mindful and make sure you're nourishing yourself before you actually get to the holiday party. And I think that will help you out so much. But like I said, I did do a video more in detail about that. So I'll be sure to link that if you guys want to know a little bit more tips about that. So what I want to end on with you guys is you don't have to wait to the new year to start. You don't have to wait for the perfect time to start. Start right now. Build that momentum now. That is going to help you have confidence and be able to crush and achieve your goals for 2025. I want you guys to comment below one habit that you're committing to before 2025 that is going to help you crush your goals in the new year. I want to make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and make sure you're engaging with the videos, because I am doing a giveaway because we are still in our Slay with Sierra series. And I'm curious to hear, the habits that you're committing to before the new year. And I would love to be, accountability space and a motivational space for you guys to really end the year off in a good place. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Kissing in Paris, I guess we could do it in French. Wow. Eating low maintenance, ciao for now, ciao, ciao.